Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Reel DnD podcast. You heard it, we are double digits. Ooh. So last we left off, our party went into the woods that they were specifically told not to go into and found the cabin where Howard has been staying. And in his creepy cabin in the woods, there was a basement with a ton of unconscious bodies of all of the missing people, all of which being essentially dead, including Keith's brother and Grayson's friend and bandmate. And while they were chatting with Howard, trying to get some answers from him, they figured out that he actually has some memory loss. But last Howard knew, Duncan was involved. So the party very angrily left the cabin in the woods and walked to Grayson's classic car and started driving in the direction of where they believed Duncan to be.
All right.
So, where are you heading?
History building, right?
That's where Duncan is, right?
Yeah. All right.
Do we have to make any other stops before?
We don't need to go to Jimmy John's right now. We have more important things
Now
to
is
do.
not-
Oh,
now
I'm
is not
not.
the
No,
time.
I'm not
Now is not the
suggesting
time.
that. I am not suggesting that. I said if anyone else needed anything, needed to get some, whatever it might be. But we can go to the history building.
I think it's important we do that first.
I can take us there.
All right, so you guys start driving to the history building. Howie, can you give me an investigation check for me?
Yeah. 22.
22. As you guys are driving down there, you start to remember, like, history building isn't the last place that you saw him.
It was the English. It was the English building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also
Okay.
don't know why he would have gone to the history building if he believed that he was, like, that you guys were discovering him.
Would he still be at the English building?
But you
Maybe
also
not.
remember that he was with AJ.
It's true.
Right.
Did AJ have a tracker on him? Or did Duncan?
We don't know, but we don't have the capability to see where their trackers are. It's still with Amber. I'm gonna give Duncan a call and act like something crazy has gone down, and we need him to meet up. Yeah, I'm gonna give Duncan a call, see where he is, and check in on the old guy.
All right, you call him. Ring, ring, ring. Roll d20 for me.
9.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, you've reached the voicemail of Duncan. Leave a
No.
message.
I'm just gonna hang up before it goes to answering. Okay. That didn't
Lawrence,
work.
do you have Snapchat? Do you have, like, can you like find my friends, like maps, something? No.
I'm off the grid.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That feels right.
Does anybody have AJ's number? Vanessa, did you get in the short time you met with him?
No, actually, I didn't.
Howie, you probably would have his number.
Did I get his number? Okay.
You probably would.
I'll give him a call.
Okay. Doesn't even ring. Immediate straight to
It doesn't
voicemail.
even ring.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not good.
Maybe his phone died. Or got turned off.
Well, I say we still go to the history building just to ask around if anything else. Maybe they went in briefly and then left.
Just starting
Can
point.
I,
Right.
do you know how when you check the Snapchat, the Snap map, and you like click on different like areas and like different people will show up? Can I like check that out and see if they've posted anything or just happen to be around the area?
Yeah. Give me. Oh, I don't know what role that would be. I guess give me an investigation check.
Okay. 1. I got a 2.
Oh,
Yeah. When you go onto your phone, Snapchat just immediately crashes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't be of service today.
that's why I stopped using Snapchat years ago. Just always crashes on me.
Yeah, it's a terrible app, honestly.
It's super buggy.
Mhm.
I hear they sell your information to the Chinese government.
I thought that was TikTok.
Well, more than
It can
one
be
app
both.
can.
It can be both.
More,
Yeah.
yeah.
It can be
Pro-
both.
Probably
There
both.
can be only one.
All right, so you guys are heading to the history building.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Okay. You got a couple minutes of car time if you want to chat. If not, we can move forward.
Mm.
I'll just look to see where Howie is and just ask him, be like, hey, Howie, you doing all
Howie's
right?
sitting in the back seat in between.
Well, I'll just
Orange
look. I'll
teeth.
just. Well, yeah. Then I'll still ask him.
Yeah.
Just won't look at him. Just be like, that's the first time you've seen your dad in a while, right? You doing all right? You holding up all right?
Yeah. First time in 4 years. Yeah.
Is that how long it's been?
Mhm.
Damn. I mean,
It's
I really
been a
talked to my
while.
parents. I really talked to my parents, but 4 years, that's a while. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, we to be fair, I mean, I thought he was dead a week ago. So
Just
Did you-
couldn't believe all that.
Did you like him before he disappeared?
did I like him before he disappeared? Yeah. I mean, yeah, yes, absolutely. And now I'm not sure, but before, absolutely, yeah.
It's pretty rough then.
Well, it's we'll deal with that later. At this point, it's fine.
If you say so.
Lawrence, what? Okay, so moving topics. Let's stop talking about this.
Okay.
AJ, what is the relationship between him and Duncan?
Good friends. Probably co-workers. Maybe roommates. I'm not really sure about that. It's been a while, and I don't really like AJ. He's stuck up, and
I mean, I like him. He seems like a nice guy.
yeah. He's not. Anyway, he's just got the wrong opinions about everything. Yeah.
Howie, make an insight
don't like
check.
him.
I want to use a luck point on this. No, that's an 8.
Yeah, you totally believe what Lawrence is saying. That Lawrence believes what he is saying is true.
So I believe that
read
Lawrence.
your
Yeah.
DMs.
Okay.
I'm
So
not lying about any of this.
so they're just like they just hang out. They're just friends. So as
Yeah.
in if like Duncan was going to do something awful, we wouldn't have to worry about like AJ helping.
I would say that AJ's probably in the same boat though. They're close enough for that. I don't like the guy. I think he and Duncan would probably associate. Can't really say. 50-50 on that one.
Okay.
I try to know as little as I can about AJ. I don't like him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right.
Does anybody want to, Vanessa or Keith, do you want to do an insight check on that, or are you just ignoring that?
I am going to ignore it, but I am going to reach into my purse and take out, I don't know, $100 or so, and give it to Howie and be like, I hope it makes you feel better.
Is it
doesn't-
just a single dollar, a single hundred, or
No, it's gonna be in like 20s to like, just in case you gotta like,
Or
like wipe away the tears with the money?
yeah. Like it makes me feel better.
Mhm.
I don't
I
know.
mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah, of course.
That's so nice of you. I mean, I'll I'll pay you back, at some
Oh,
point, I'm sure.
no, like literally don't worry about it, like at all. Like at all.
It's $100, Vanessa.
Yeah.
This is 5 $20 bills.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Don't put a question mark where God put a period.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just going to take it and say thank you.
You're
And at
welcome.
that, Grayson pulls
It-
into the parking lot.
You have to pay her back for wiping your tears. I love that.
Do you need a tissue? Hands me $100 bill.
Yeah. You have to pay to wipe your tears with Vanessa.
All right.
No crying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
not Lawrence, Grayson, you pull up into the parking lot. Everybody can head out of the car and start entering the building.
Yep.
Awesome. Everybody give me perception checks.
Boy, oh boy. 17.
Ooh, 13.
14.
Yeah, 13.
12.
Everybody got above a 10?
Yes.
Okay, so you enter the building, and what you immediately notice is that all of the lights are off in the lobby, when normally it's not like that. Normally there's work lights on because this is a active construction site. That there is no trace of anyone, and there seems to be like broken glass. When you enter the elevator and you get the magic button, go upstairs, you enter into the actual history club, and normally the history club is like a huge area with like where it's like there's this the skylight, but it's not actually the sky, but this time it's all, the lights aren't normal, the lights are red and flashing as if something happened, some sort of warning, like someone pressed a warning button, like a active tornado drill or something like that. There are books and papers scattered around, things pushed over, chairs sideways on the ground, like people left here in a big hurry. And who rolled the highest? Howie or Lawrence?
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, it was Lawrence.
Lawrence, when you enter, you're immediately, your eyes are drawn over to where you guys normally sit and talk, over by the tables. And you see a pair of feet laying on the ground and the rest of the body hidden behind the table. But no one else is there.
I'm going to, without saying anything, walk over to the pair of feet and sort of examine it closer, seeing if I can take the.
Do you point this out to everyone?
No.
Okay. Give
Nope.
me an investigation check.
12.
You get closer and you notice that, first of all, these feet, it's a person like lying down.
Mhm.
They are positioned in a way that looks like they fell and didn't get back up. And they're not moving. The closer you get, you start to realize that you recognize these shoes. You've seen them before. You've seen the cuffed jeans and the long socks, and the closer you get, you know that that's AJ.
Mm. Okay. I'm going to look around, just do a quick scan, see if there are any other bodies scattered around, semi-hidden.
No roll necessary. You don't see anyone else.
Okay. Is there like an alarm going off right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna shout over the alarm. It's like, hey, everybody, we've got problems. And I point towards AJ.
Who is that?
That's AJ.
Shit.
Is he like dead?
I'm gonna like roll up his socks and like put my hand on like his like leg and see if it feels cold to the touch or if it feels like deathly rigid.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. 14. All right.
So you walk over to the body of AJ laying on the ground and you bend over, and just by looking at him, you know that he's unconscious. You feel for a pulse and you do feel something there. And looking around, you know that like it looks like there's a little bit of blood on his head, like someone pushed him to the ground. But you also notice a familiar looking device nearby.
Is it the Soul Ripper
Yeah,
device?
yes it is.
The Soul Ripper?
Soul Ripper.
Well, what do you want to call it? The Soul Render? The Soul Destroyer?
We just
Soul
haven't given
Stealer?
it a name. The Soul Ripper is cool.
Okay.
The soul takey outie.
Soul Ticky Outie.
Well, that's terrible. But
Just at a simple putting two and two together, AJ's gone.
yep. I wonder where everyone else is, though. Usually
You
it's
guys-
like filled with people.
Do you guys
You-
come and follow Lawrence?
Yeah, I'll walk up next to Lawrence and I'll just look and ask him. I mean, for as much or little as you knew, AJ, I mean, do you think this is something he would do to himself? Do you think he did this? Do you think someone else put him up to this?
Well, if he was going to do this to himself, he probably would have jumped off a building a long time ago. There's a lot less painful ways to go. No, someone did this to him.
Howie, can you give me an investigation check?
27.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Oh, okay.
So you walk over to the unconscious body of a man you haven't known for very long, and you do what any detective would do, and you start looking in his pockets, and you find a crumpled up piece of paper in his fist. You take it out, and I just sent you what it says.
Mhm. I'll just read it out loud to the class. Dear Lawrence, well, I guess you know. I was hoping you wouldn't figure it out, but here we are. I just need you to know that I did this for you. I did it all for you. When we first met, I knew that we were going to shine together. Our magic together could change the world. It has changed the world. But then you told me you didn't like the idea of magic, that it can be used for bad. And you're right, it could be. But I tried to take that away. And what happened with the sorcerer, I knew that people who were born with magic don't deserve it. People have to work for their magic. I did this all for you, for us, because we have magic. I did it all for you. I left AJ for you. I kidnapped all those people for you. I tried to figure out how to take away magic all for you. Lawrence, I love you. And I can't wait for you to agree with me. I know that you will. Love, D. So Lawrence, Do you want to kind of explain more what's going on between you three?
Well, it seems Duncan's gone off the deep end.
I don't think so.
Well,
Is not
no, I
proof
mean,
enough for you?
no, I mean, off the deep end that's a valid analysis of what's going on here. But also, you've left out some things about the relationship between you three.
Okay.
Clearly.
After the situation with that rogue sorcerer, we had a bit of a falling out. I guess you could say that. I always posited that because of the sorcerer, it's definitive proof that magic in this world absolutely cannot be allowed to stand. I don't think I had quite the words for it then, but I was very against it back then. And I guess Duncan had it in his head that if he could just prove it, that it was good, that it could all work out. Figured it would end up like this. Something absolutely insane would happen. I didn't think it would be Duncan, though. I thought it would be someone who got their hands on magic, figured everything out. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this at all.
Okay. I do have to ask, just explicitly, were you and Duncan a thing? Were Duncan and AJ, Duncan and AJ were obviously a thing.
I was friends with Duncan. I thought of him like a brother. I guess he thought of me like more.
Okay.
If Duncan's trying to prove something with all this, I don't know how much of this, I don't know what he's trying to prove. I don't know if this even proves much, all that he's done.
Yeah.
Does this mean more people could be in danger?
I know one person's in danger. Duncan.
Yeah.
And we're the danger.
Okay.
I think we all know what has to happen, right?
Are we gonna go kill your boyfriend?
They'll call him that. But yes.
How are we gonna find him?
Well, there are a lot of people around in the history club at all times. I can't imagine there was ever a point where they just weren't here, even if it is this late. Someone's got to know.
And it's also the weekend.
Shit, it's true. Maybe they were alone.
Cat.
What about Amber? Maybe in the time she was alone with them, they said something.
Maybe, but she's. I can ask her. I can text her and ask her.
Yeah, give her a call. See if she knows anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to call Amber.
Amber immediately picks up.
I'm going to put her on speaker so everyone can hear.
Hey, girl.
Hey. So I don't know if you know what's happening currently,
What do
but
you mean?
there's just like a lot going on with like Howard and that like Duncan kid. I don't know if he might have said anything to you while we were gone about Howard, about magic, about anything.
Well, I haven't met Duncan until like a few days ago when I met everyone else, all of your weird friends.
Yeah.
But when I was with them, Duncan and is that his boyfriend? I don't know. We just did makeup together. We just we
That's it?
talked. Yeah, he immediately untied me as soon as you left, and we just had a little like fashion show.
So you didn't know him prior to this.
No.
Okay.
And
Did you-
Howard's never mentioned him to me before tonight.
Right. Okay. Did we have any other questions for Amber before I hang up?
I'm gonna like lean over the phone. Did you guys chat about anything? Like anything at all? Like where they were gonna go for the weekend or what they planned on doing, like even after graduation, anything at all.
We mainly talked about how the color pink looks really good on me, but we also talked about how like he needed to like do some research on something. So maybe he's at like the library. I don't really know.
Hmm. Okay. That's something.
Should we check the library?
Maybe.
Kat, while they're doing this, I want to do two things, if I can.
Yes.
First, I would like to do an investigation check to kind of see, because I've been in here quite a few times and done some research, if I can kind of pick up on what, if anything, has been like taken from the lab, or if like there was a pattern in like what was being, like what I assume Duncan was looking for.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
12.
So you don't know if anything's been taken. The place is kind of a mess.
Mhm.
And you haven't been you've only been like in this building for a few like days. So it's really like with it as messy as it is, you don't really know. But what you do glean from the mess specifically is that this was definitely a struggle. That there was like a few people here by like the source, like the how big it is, and that it's the scene can play out pretty well in your mind that Duncan and AJ walked in. They had some sort of fight over there. Duncan pushed AJ to the ground and causing him to get the head injury. And that caused the other people in the room to set off this alarm that's been going off this whole time.
Mhm.
And it seems like they immediately made a run for it while Duncan finished off AJ. Best way to put it.
Wow, that's dark. Oh my god. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do is, I know that AJ had cameras
I knew you
everywhere.
were gonna say that.
I wanted to see if there was a way I could either hack or like try and, I don't know if like, I know he had it on like his computer. I don't know if it's out or if there's a way that I can figure that out.
Okay, first of all, give me an investigation check to see if you can find his computer.
Okay. 23.
You find his computer.
Okay.
And like nearby is like his backpack, and you go through the backpack, take out his laptop, open it up, get it running, and then give me a intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Yeah,
Okay. Just raw intelligence.
just raw intelligence.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay, so you manage to get to log into AJ's computer. With as smart of a guy that AJ is, shockingly enough, his password was basic enough for you to figure it out.
His password was password.
His his password is password. And you are looking around, and you can try and figure out what you think his like, or you think the camera stuff would be, but you're not like a hacker. You don't know how to do all of this stuff. So you get the computer on and somebody else can help you, but it's going to be a pretty high DC in order to get the actual camera footage.
Okay. I'll kind of just shout to the group. Does someone want to help me out with this?
I can come over to Howie
Yeah.
and I'll help you out.
Okay, so this is going to be a DC 20.
Okay.
To get the footage. DC 15, you can see the cameras as they are. Either one of you can give each other the help action. Well, that's going to be one of you gives each other the help action. It's depending on who.
So wait, what are we rolling for? What?
Just an
is this-
intelligence. It's just raw intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, I have a out of game. I have a +2 for intelligence.
I have a
so-
+5.
Okay, yeah, then I'll give it.
Okay.
I can just give him advantage. I'll just do that.
You said it was 20 DC?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 20. 30, 20.
Oh, okay. So you start typing away, Grayson's like no, maybe this. And you guys, between the two of you, you manage to pull up the footage of exactly what happened here. And you see that not long after Vanessa and Amber leave Duncan and AJ, the two of them walk across the street, enter the building. They seem to be just having a normal conversation. Nothing seems tense. Nothing seems weird. They entered the history building and everything seems fine. There's 4 other people in the room, all of which are like just minding their own business. And AJ and Duncan are sitting in the tables where you guys always sit, and they're chatting, and then the conversation seems to be getting a little more heated. There's no sound, but you two, they eventually they stand up and they're fighting more like angrily, and finally Duncan pushes AJ. AJ falls immediately unresponsive, hits his head, and then the people notice this and they start freaking out, rightfully so. One of them runs, presses a button in which then the lights start flashing, the alarm starts going off. Everybody else is trying to like run for the door. One person's trying to run towards AJ to help AJ. And then Duncan, you see that he starts getting closer to them, and now the room makes a little bit more sense because it seems like he casts some sort of spell that gets everybody to just run away very scared. And so they immediately drop whatever they're holding or like they just run for the door and they never come back. And you see him rifle around trying to find something, pushing stuff up, books off shelves, getting everything off the tables, looking for something. He takes something from the fridge, puts it in his jacket, and then he opens a few drawers in like the area that was like his personal stuff, because you do believe that he like lives here, and you see that he takes out the device that apparently he's had, the soul suckers or whatever we called them, just with him. He's had them. Like he's been tinkering on them, trying to perfect them. and he takes it over to AJ. He sits there for a moment before he finally goes through and does it. And this is the first time that everybody but Lawrence has actually seen this process. And it's just awful to watch. He essentially puts this contraption down next to AJ, and what looks like smoke starts coming from it and into AJ's face. Like it's consuming him until all you see is a shadow of smoke and dust, until finally it fades and AJ doesn't even look like what he was before. He looks like something is deeply wrong. And then you see him take a deep breath, and then he gets up and he just leaves.
And Grayson and I are watching this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's fucked. Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously.
Do we see like from any of the other cameras or like the outside ones where he was like headed?
So you do know that he said, so what you can tell from the cameras is that AJ only has cameras of the building and the lobby.
Oh, okay.
And you see that he's like, as soon as the elevator opens up, he runs out the lobby. And from what you can glean, he's heading like to the left in the direction of like where campus gets more full.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna after a second kind of just like shut the laptop and I'll go. Okay. Cool. I guess I'm gonna go back to the group and say, where are we going? What's the plan? I think he's kind of up to something. We gotta like get moving.
And then you never hung up with Amber, so she's still on the phone just chatting away. Like
She's still talking.
She's like, yeah, and I was telling him that we should totally paint his nails and he'd look really good.
I'm muted. Hey, Amber.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Oh, okay, rude.
I'll talk to you later.
She hangs up on you.
Okay, cool.
Guys
Okay,
find
so-
anything?
Yeah, we basically just saw everything that took place here, and those soul-sucking things are.
They're no joke.
It was-
Joke.
Yeah.
That was really hard to watch.
What happened?
Kat, did you say that there was like Duncan was like had them in this room, like he was working on them in the room that we're in?
Well, you saw from the video that he took one out of his personal desk.
Is there any way to like look to see if there's any more of those? in this room?
Absolutely. You can walk over to the Duncan's desk area, and you can give me an investigation check.
16.
So from what you find here, you confirm that not only has Duncan been tinkering away with something that looks oddly similar to this, he also has been like living here. So in every spare moment he has, it seems that he has been trying to do something with these devices, whether it's fix it or make it more deadly, you don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong, only Howie and Grayson watched that video?
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole time though, he was basically just working on this. And we somehow didn't even suspect it at all.
Damn it. If I'd been around this space more often, I probably would have noticed.
I mean, it's not your fault, Lawrence. We can't blame anyone. But Grayson, let's take that with us.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust myself touching that. Maybe Lawrence, if you wanted to hold it.
Grayson, don't take this the wrong way, but you're literally the perfect person to hold that.
Are you sure?
You're the only person in this group who has no magic.
You're the only person who would not be affected by it, essentially.
Mm-hmm. It's like a
That
rock
is
to
true.
you.
Just a little bit
We can try it.
bigger than a rock. But maybe I do have magic. I just don't know it. No. Okay. I'll hold on to it. That's cool with you guys. I don't want to.
Yeah, that's yeah.
When
Try
you're
not
looking around in
to
the
use
desk, you see that it's mainly just like a few of these pre-made. Like there's two that are like pre-made, and then there's a few like pieces or parts, like one of these that have been like taken apart. Like there's only two full complete ones, not including the one that's been used.
Mhm. So we've got the one that Grayson has and another.
Yes.
I say we break the other one.
Yeah.
No chances.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Get rid of them somehow.
All right. I'm just gonna take it out of the desk and like a football, just spike it on the ground.
You grab it.
Yes.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's a 9.
Ooh, that's not great.
Oh.
Grayson,
Is there any way I can, like, if something happens, is there any way I'm fast enough to be able to swipe it from his hand?
you can't swipe it from his hand, but what you can do is you see that the second he touches it, smoke immediately starts pouring out of it, like you saw in that video. And what you can do is give me an athletics check with advantage.
It's really good. Dirty 20.
Okay, so Lawrence, you go over to the desk, you see the contraption that's been giving you headaches for years. You grab it, and as soon as you touch it, you become paralyzed as smoke extends from it and is slowly making its way towards your face. And Grayson, spotting this, immediately swats down at the device, effectively breaking it while it hits the ground. Lawrence, as soon as it leaves your fingers, you immediately are unparalyzed and feel better.
Take it easy. You all right?
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, it was you.
Lawrence,
You activated it.
Lawrence, give me a
I
history
think.
check.
History. Mm, 12.
This isn't what happened last time you saw this happen.
No. Didn't expect that to happen.
Last time you dealt with these things, you were able to touch them. Smoke didn't come pouring out of them. They didn't remind you of Dementors from Harry Potter.
Okay. This is horrors beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, Grayson, you hold on to that one. You hold
Yeah.
on to that one.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I don't want any of you guys. I'll look to everyone and be like, I don't want anyone touching these things. All right. I'll take care of them.
All right.
All right, but we do have to like get going. If he was headed towards campus where like a lot of people are, I don't know exactly what that means, but I feel like it's not great.
He might be trying to hide. He might be trying to enact some sort of crazed plan. Who knows? You got to figure it out, though. Yeah, let's get going.
Okay. You're all just going to head towards campus center
Yeah. Where he went, right?
where he went.
We just know he went towards campus.
Okay. Do you guys split up or stay together?
Should definitely
Just
stay
stay
together.
together.
We're
Yeah.
not splitting up. Not splitting up.
Really?
This is
Not
not
after last time?
Scooby-Doo.
No.
No, you're not gonna split up? Not after last time?
What if
Let's
we?
split up and look for clues.
I gotta go, actually, guys. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Grayson, what if you just we did laps around campus or through campus, trying to see if we can, I don't know, I don't know. That seems like the fastest way to kind of go around.
Yeah. It's not a bad
We
idea.
could. I'm just thinking if we want to confiscate these things, where we should go about, if we should just break them and then
Or
throw them
maybe
out somewhere.
Maybe send Miyuki to do surveillance or something.
Yeah.
Where should we
Yes, where are you going?
just
Around, really. We really have
Do you guys
plenty of
walk or do you guys head
just
in the
around.
car?
vague direction.
Is there
we can
no
be
Lawrence? Is there no other place you think Duncan might be? Anywhere else he would be other than the history building?
Well, if he's effectively living in the history building, then he would have abandoned his dorm a long time ago. But maybe he's there.
We can try it.
Yeah.
can-
Lawrence, give me a insight check.
That's a 4.
Yeah, maybe he's in his dorm.
Mhm. Yeah, I really can't think of any other place. It's been too long.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Dorm maybe, but it feels unlikely. I mean, is there a reason for him to go there
Mm,
other than
well,
we're not there?
it is a private space that wouldn't
That's
be
fair.
weird if only he was in.
That's fair. Good. Okay. Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. It's worth a try at least. Yeah. All right.
All right, let's head back to my car.
Okay, so you guys start driving to where?
Duncan's dorm.
Okay. Howie, give me an insight check.
19.
So Duncan doesn't have a dorm. Duncan is absolutely a 5th-year senior. And you have no idea if he were to have a dorm where it would be.
Mhm.
Because he's never mentioned living on campus, and he wouldn't be if just based off of academic year alone.
Yeah.
what about the dean's house? Do we know where that is?
Dean's house. Would I know where the dean's house is?
Yes.
Would Duncan be? How close are Duncan and the dean, Lawrence?
Not really sure.
I don't know. I feel like we've already established that we are not really trusting the dean, or at least I'm not,
You can have that.
no matter
opinion,
what
Keith.
Lawrence says.
I mean, yeah. Lawrence, we were talking about this earlier. We don't really necessarily trust the dean, but also at that point, we didn't think Duncan was a mass murderer. So,
Right.
I guess our judgment's not as spot on as it could be.
The dean's associated with Duncan, and we trusted Duncan. Look where that got us. Not saying that's going to happen with the dean, but they do know of each other, so
Wow.
it's kind of iffy, I feel.
Why don't
I mean,
we?
Ring. Howie, you look down at your phone, you're getting a phone call from an unknown number.
From an unknown number?
Mhm.
I will answer it.
Wait. Stop.
I
Cindy-
answer it.
You answer it, and you hear a very familiar voice, that of Brian, the guy from the sorority party, which feels like eternity ago, but it was last night. And you hear him in the background calling out for help with a deep like sigh, and then you hear Duncan go, Howie?
I'm not going to answer.
Howie, are you there?
I'll just like kind of like put my finger up to my lips and I'll like put him on speakerphone for everyone to hear.
And he goes, Howie, I don't know what you did in order to get Lawrence to trust you this fast when it took me years. But just know that you're okay because you have worked for your magic. But your friends, like Keith, Vanessa, they aren't so lucky. And then you remember that Brian was one of the people who was at the marine biology club meeting, all that the contract was, if you have magic, you could at any point just walk into the woods. That somebody had to put that spell there. Had to have been someone powerful, someone who's, say, been practicing magic for 5 years. And then Duncan takes a deep breath and angrily says, okay, fine. You don't want to talk to me? Well, then I don't talk to you either. And he hangs up.
Okay, so he has Brian, I guess.
Yeah.
So Cab, remind me, with Brian, he was at the marine biology club meeting, but he was also like at the sorority party, is that right?
Yeah.
Vanessa, is this someone you would have on SnapMap, Brian? Going back to old reliable.
Let's find out. I'm gonna check. I have so many people on SnapMap. Let me look. I'm gonna get on SnapMap and check for him.
Okay, roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 15.
You have him on Snap
Oh.
because his girlfriend is in the neighboring sorority. Of course you have him on Snap.
Oh, I do. Has his location been updated recently?
No, his location's not been updated recently. Most recently, the most recent you saw, he was in his like girlfriend's sorority,
Mhm.
which is directly next to yours.
Okay.
But that was hours ago.
Do I know? Well, you said I know the girl.
Mhm.
I'm gonna emergency text her, emergency snap her, be like, "Hey, have you heard from Brian? It's kind of an emergency."
She sends back do you text this or do you do it with like a picture of your face and then a text?
Oh, that would be so funny.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm gonna do it
imagined.
that way.
She replies
Myself.
back with a picture of like a mirror selfie of her doing a peace sign, and she replies back with no, I haven't heard from him since yesterday.
Yesterday.
Since yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna be like, well, you should like check in. Maybe. Probably.
Ask where he lives. Ask where Brian lives.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You get the typing notification and then it goes away. And then she replies with a picture of her face, saying, yeah, we broke up yesterday. But I'll send you his address if you promise to egg his car for me.
Ask her
Okay.
whose idea it was.
Do you reply with okay?
Okay, yeah.
She sends you his address. It's a house directly off campus in the direction that Duncan was going.
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess let's go to the Ford Fusion.
Mhm.
Right this way.
Reliable.
Yeah. Don't pull up right next to the house.
No.
Stay like a block away, and then you can cover the rest on foot.
Yeah, I can do that.
As we're driving in the car, I kind of want to ask Lawrence, who I assume I'm sitting in between him and someone else in the back seat.
Him and Keith. I've been assuming Vanessa's in the front seat this whole time.
100%. Yeah, without even asking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of look over to Lawrence and go, how? So, assuming we find Duncan at this house,
Mhm.
how are you feeling?
How do you mean?
As in, I don't want you to be overly Lawrence about this. I want you to like. I don't want you to act emotionally when we get there. I think that could be dangerous.
Okay. That's a fair point. I really, really, really want to put a permanent end to this.
Okay.
Mhm. How do
So
you feel about this?
I mean, about the Duncan situation?
No. About gas prices. Yes. Yes, about the Duncan situation. What else would I be asking about? Yes.
Okay. A lot has happened in the past like 48 hours. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not great, but I also didn't know him that well. You've known him for how long?
3, 4 years.
Yeah, I figured you'd be taking this harder than I would.
Mhm.
Okay, as long as you just feel fine. I just wanted to ask. That's all.
Appreciate it.
And then I'll just go back to staring straight ahead.
Do you guys have any other thing you want to discuss before you pull up to the house?
Hey, Howie. I think only me and you should go into that house, at least at first. He seems to have a problem with everyone else, but you and me. So maybe we go in first, and then everyone else be ready to go in if things look dicey.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not opposed to that. I mean, would he take it away from you? Would he like try and like soul knife you, soul kill you, whatever we call it, soul rip you, rip your soul out?
At this point, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so, though.
Insight check, Lawrence.
Boy. 2?
You don't know.
I cannot tell.
Could I do an insight check, Kat?
With disadvantage.
I'll do that. 16.
16 with disadvantage?
I have a +4 and I rolled a 12 and a 13.
You, after reading that letter, know that he won't hurt Lawrence. Not
Okay.
if he can help it.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me. Vanessa, Keith, Grayson. Grayson, you're fine. You could come in too if you wanted.
If you want me to, but if it was cool with you guys, I might want to just hang out here for a second. Just have a minute, if that's okay.
Fine by me.
And if you guys need anything, you guys need to get out in a hurry, you can just hop in the car. We'll drive off fast. Not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm cool with hanging out here if you want me to.
Okay. Keith,
Vanessa, Keith.
Vanessa.
I'm fine here. Holler if you need me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little scared of this guy. I don't know what he can do, and he seems to have, it out for people who are born with magic. And that freaks me
That's
out a
you.
little
That's
bit.
you. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Holler if you need me. But I think I'm gonna hang out here.
Okay.
I'm also good with staying out here. I'm not too keen about going inside.
No, that makes sense.
Mhm. If that's the case, then when we go in, 1 minute after we go in, I want you, Grayson, to get up as close to the house as you can without being suspicious about it, and then just wait. And if you hear screaming or see shit flying out of the windows, then it's go time.
Yeah.
Sound good, everybody?
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a general plan.
All right. Good luck, you guys. You guys got this.
Can't
see.
And
believe you.
1 minute.
All
Oh,
right.
wait. Do I have no, I don't. Never mind. Never mind.
Howie, Lawrence, as you are approaching the house on foot, do you want to prepare anything?
As in, like, prepare a spell?
As in whatever you believe I mean by that.
Okay. All right.
I will. Cast enhance ability on Lawrence. So I'll reach up. I have my my battle fist on, and at this point, Howie's tinkered with it enough, so it's very much like a brass Iron Man gauntlet, more or less. It's got
So
like his
cool.
it's got like the rod that comes up. It's got like the scanner that folds out. I'm gonna kind of
Money embedded on it.
exactly, yeah. I'm gonna grab Lawrence on the shoulder, and you kind of feel like this like jolt of like electricity through your body, and you now have advantage on all charisma checks.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I needed that one. All right.
Lawrence, do you do anything?
I don't really have anything to do in that sort of way. No.
Okay. Can you both give me stealth checks?
Yeah. 8.
6.
So you exit the car, and the second you exit the car, Lawrence bumps into Howie, causing Howie to fall back onto the car, causing the car alarm to go off.
Oh my god.
Grayson fixes it pretty quickly.
Damn it,
He knows his
guys.
Ford Fusion like the back of his hand. This is his prized possession. But who knows? Maybe that was just like somebody else's car. Doesn't necessarily mean that Duncan knows you're here. But it also it also means that it could be really whatever.
All right.
Okay, let's just get out of the car as fast
Yeah.
as we can. Let's just go.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
go.
Get out of the
Let's just
car.
go.
You
Yeah.
head towards the house, not caring about stealth. And this house is a very typical directly off campus house. It has a Saturday Night for the Boys flag hanging like right on the entrance. It has a little really bad porch with just a ton of crushed up beer cans and like one seat that is definitely broken. None of the windows have blinds. And as you are walking past, you see that all the lights are off. And that it looks pretty deserted. But you get to the front door, and just putting your hand on the handle, you can tell that it's just unlocked. Like whoever is here knows, like just like left it unlocked. Who goes in first?
I'm gonna knock.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna knock.
I'm gonna knock.
Okay. You knock, and let me see. You get no response.
Okay. Guess we're going in then.
After you.
I'll go in first.
Okay. You put your hand on the handle. You open the door slowly. And as you creak inside, the door slowly. You're expecting like to let light out or to let like the air out, but it doesn't feel very different. Like this house is like no one's been here for a while. And you take a step in and the floor immediately starts to creak as you step in and closer in. You fumble around for a light switch, and when you do, you turn the light on and you see that not only is nobody here, but nothing is here.
No furniture.
No furniture. Like somebody's trying to make it so that this person never existed.
Oh.
Like how the other people have gone missing. Everybody seems to just Oh, they just got up and moved. They decided to drop out all of a sudden. People do that. People just leave.
I'll try and get like a sense of like if there's like an upstairs, if there's like a basement. I'll like do like a lap around the first floor if I have to.
Okay, just walking around, looking around. There is no upstairs, but there's a basement.
Okay.
There on the first floor, there's the main room that you enter in, like the living room with the kitchen right there. Then you have some two bedrooms in the back, and then a staircase leading to the basement.
Can I do a perception check to see if I like hear anything?
Yeah.
11.
You hear movement in the basement.
I'm kind of gonna nudge Lawrence with my elbow and point down to the door that leads to the basement.
We don't want to try to force a fight. We want to announce our presence. Try to force a conversation.
Lawrence, Duncan is a mass murderer. I don't think that.
Hey, murder hasn't been his style. It's been abduction and lobotomization. He doesn't go around attacking people. It's not his style so far.
Okay.
Until
I agree. I agree with you. I'm just
Yeah.
saying we might have to do that.
Right. But if we want to do that, we want to have everyone here. So
Yes.
if
Regardless.
and I don't want to go down in a fucking basement if I don't have to. So if we can get him up here, then it's a whole lot better than us going down there.
What, you want to shout, "Oh, you who, Duncan? We're up here."
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, actually. We just
Oh,
announce-
you who, Duncan?
At that, we're gonna switch scenes. Grayson, Vanessa, Keith, what are you guys doing in the car?
I am going to turn to Grayson just for a moment and be like, "Hey, I know you like found your friend and all. Are you like, how are you? Are you like, are you good?"
I don't know. I just I feel like I could have done more for Cliff.
Yeah.
And to see him like that in the basement was just pretty hard to see.
I get it. I mean, I don't, but like, I get how hard it probably is. I don't know. Would you like $100 too?
No, that's okay, Vanessa. I appreciate it though.
Okay.
You guys want to go outside, get some fresh air for a second? I was thinking about going outside for a second, just outside the car. Cool if we do that, or if I do that at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I will get out of the driver's seat and I will go to the back of my trunk. And Grayson has a lot of different, just random things that he just kind of throws back there. It's pretty cluttered. I would have suggested that Grayson would have put those two soul sucking things just in the back of his car. Might have like covered it with a couple things so it's a little hidden. Put that towards the back, but towards the very front of the trunk, he has his thick, dark green jacket. He takes that, throws it around, puts it on, and he'll lean up against his car and he'll put his hands in the sides of his coat, only to find in one side of his coat a little box of some kind. And he'll pull it out and see it's a pack of cigarettes. And he sits there and looks at it and looks at it and looks at it, opens to see if there's any left. There's one left. He'll look at it again for a little more. He'll take the cigarette out. He has a lighter in his pocket. And he'll keep sitting there for a second thinking. And he'll light it and start smoking. And he'll just sit there, just quiet to himself. And just continuously thinking about seeing Cliff lying there still, and that he couldn't do anything about it, and think that he's the reason behind Cliff being put in this situation, and just that guilt just washes over him. And he doesn't know if he regrets smoking the cigarette, but he gives into it and just continues to smoke that one cigarette that he has left, and just stands there in silence. That's what he does.
As you sit there smoking the final cigarette in that box, you remember just how long it's been since you've even worn that jacket, since you've even smoked, since you've gotten that box, and you remember who bought it for you. And the agreement that you and Cliff made while buying each other's, what you said to be last box of cigarettes. And then you start to think, wow, that really was his last box. And this is going to be yours too. Keith, what are you doing in the car?
Probably just sitting there, staring out the window, thinking about what just happened, what happened in the cabin.
As you sit there and think about the cabin, and every time you close your eyes, you see a image of your brother, older than you remember him, paler than you remember him, just laying in that basement. And you remember that not only was he the first person who this had happened to, but the timeline wouldn't make sense for Duncan to have done this. As you sit here thinking, your cat sits on your lap, starts purring, sensing that you're really going through it, trying to help you. Vanessa?
Yes.
You glance down at your phone.
Okay.
And you see a text message from Beatrice saying, do you still need those potions?
Honestly, probably.
she texts you and says, send me your address. I can get them to you in 5 minutes.
Okay. And I'm gonna send her boop, 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 our location.
Okay. Duncan, are you there? Howie shouts in this seemingly empty house. And as you do that, you hear the noise that you're hearing from the basement suddenly stops. And then you hear Duncan reply, oh, I'm here.
Look at Howie. It's like, I didn't expect him to say something like that.
How do we get him up here?
Okay. I'm going to sort of shout down, come on up, let's talk.
At the sound of your voice, he give me a persuasion check, and remember you have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Persuasion. With advantage, I rolled a 6.
Are you shitting me?
He walks towards the stairs, and he's just out of view, but you can see his shadow. And
That's creepy.
Is there a light source down there?
yeah,
Okay.
you see his shadow, and then he doesn't reply.
That might be, hey, I used my shout. You shout to him to come on up here.
Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan. Come on, we can talk this out.
Say face to face.
Not when you're down there. Come up here.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Zero.
How in the fuck?
Wait, no, I'm sorry. A
Yes.
3. A 3.
Oh my god.
A 3.
You said I was uncharismatic.
How did you think it was 0?
I have a -2 to charisma, but I forgot I have proficiency in it.
Could get
So a
though.
3.
You hear him walk away.
I don't think this is gonna work. I think we gotta go down there.
We gotta play hardball. We gotta play hardball.
We have been playing hard. No, we are not good at ball. We are not good at playing ball.
Come on. We've been pussyfooting around. We gotta draw a line in the sand. All right, Duncan, we're leaving.
I'm gonna
different?
I'm like
Anything
mock
different happen?
stomp to the door to try and like make it sound like we're leaving.
Yeah. Do that.
Give me a deception check.
Okay. Are both of us doing this? All right, Lawrence, are you doing this with me?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Sure.
12. Okay. Can I? Oh, do you already have advantage?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Kat, would I also get advantage since Lawrence is doing this with me, or how would this work?
No.
No.
I'm doing one thing. You're doing another thing.
Okay. Oh, that's a 1.
Okay, so you go. Lawrence goes, okay, we're leaving, and he loudly slams the door closed. And as soon as the door still slams closed, Howie starts loudly walking.
Yeah.
But the door's already been slammed closed, and then Howie starts to trip over his own feet and grabs to Lawrence to steady himself.
Lawrence, this is not going to work. We are going down there.
How do we keep fucking this up? What are we doing? Are we cursed right now? What the fuck's happening?
I don't know. We're typically so smooth.
Yeah.
We're typically so suave, so charming.
You know, I'm gonna call it now. I think we're not in any shape to confront Duncan in this whatever existence we're existing in. We are not on our A game right now, Howie.
I don't know that we have another choice, Lawrence.
Maybe we just cover all the exits. Make sure he doesn't just go anywhere in the still of the night.
Yeah, before he kills Brian down there.
He's already killed like 10 other people.
Okay, that doesn't mean he should do one more.
Hey, do you actually give a shit about Brian? Do you actively
No.
care?
Okay.
Would you rather stop Duncan's murder spree or save Brian's life?
They're one and the same.
No,
they are one and the same.
They're less connected than you would actually think, if you really think about it.
I'm gonna try and explain to Lawrence, and then I'm just gonna walk away and start going to the basement.
Okay, fine.
Start going towards the basement.
Come with me if you want. I'm going to the basement.
All right, fine.
So you guys
Okay.
sit down.
Yes.
Open the door back up.
Oh, you-hoo.
And fucking you who?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you walk down to the basement, and as you start getting closer and walking down the steps, the light source that was casting that shadow earlier disappears.
Oh. Okay.
And you get down to the basement, and you're in the little hallway before you actually enter.
As the light turns off, I'll stop Lawrence, and I'll put my goggles on, and I'll make sure that he can feel where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm picturing, a backpack kid. Like the backpack leashes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much he grabs the back of my shirt. I'm gonna pull his hand and have him grab the back of my shirt.
Okay. Howie, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Lawrence, you can give me one with disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a luck point on that. I'm not using this dice anymore. You're banished. You're in jail. That's better.
10.
That's not bad.
21.
That's much better though. Lawrence, you can make out that there are boxes in the basement, piled up near the door.
Mm-hmm.
And Howie, you can see that not only are there boxes piled up in the basement, but there's nothing in the basement besides the boxes.
Okay.
It's very, very clean. And you also see Duncan sitting on his knees above Brian, who's laying on the ground. But you don't see the soul sucker device around.
Can I tell if Brian is has he been soul sucked?
You can't tell.
I can't tell that. Okay. And is Duncan looking towards us? I assume he heard us come down creaky steps.
He heard you coming down, but he doesn't care. He is sitting just on his knees over Brian.
I'll kind of pat Lawrence and kind of point in the or I guess not point. I guess you can't really see me.
Just orientate.
Orient you in the direction of Duncan. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my phone and turn on the flashlight.
Yeah.
I can't see.
You do that, and you also, because you pull out the flashlight, you can see where the light switch is.
Yeah. Turn on the lights.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
And you see the
pull
same thing that Howie does.
Does Duncan react at all to the lights being turned on?
No.
No.
Just look at Brian and then look at Duncan. Is he brain dead? I asked that.
Duncan softly says, no.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Duncan, why are you doing this?
You can see at the sound of your voice, he gets like angrier, and he turns towards you, still sitting on the ground, and goes, they didn't deserve it. Magic. They didn't deserve to have their magic.
And so they deserve to die?
No. We're figuring that out still.
Who is we? It is just you. You are killing people, basically. You are basically killing people.
At that, he stands up and he goes, I'm figuring they don't deserve to have their magic, so I was taking it away. And your dad was trying to get their souls back.
And so if that's the case, why can he only remember so much?
Yeah.
At that, he laughs and goes, oh, you haven't figured that out yet? Okay.
Yeah.
I took those memories away.
Every month.
He was only supposed to be gone a month. He only agreed to be away from his family, his precious family, for a month. And every time a month had passed, I just reset him, made him forget that a month had passed, so that I could still have him working on this project and he wouldn't be upset.
And you repeated that cycle every month?
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Impressive. You actually managed to combine crimes against humanity with animal testing. Huh. What a combo.
He starts walking towards Lawrence and he goes, you wanted this to happen.
Not like this. This is the worst of both worlds.
You didn't want people to have magic if they didn't deserve it, so I took it away.
Yeah. That statement's half right. You see, no one deserves it. No one is worthy of magic. It's like saying any one person is worthy of wielding a nuclear bomb or a viral weapon or a torture device or anything. Nobody is good enough for it. No one should have it.
He just looks at you for a moment and then he turns away and walks back towards Brian.
Look at Howie.
Is he pulling like the soul worker out?
No.
No. I'll like slowly start like inching, like creeping towards him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a step away from him, but like to the side. So like how he goes one side, I go the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, so I think we need to clear up one lie you told. Duncan. What happened to your brother?
At that, he freezes, not expecting to hear that. Then he looks down, closes his eyes, and then looks back up and back at Lawrence. He died, and it was an accident.
Yeah. Who caused that accident?
Look, I was working towards magic, and it wasn't something that he could do. He wasn't grasping it, but he was excited for me. He was helping me, and he was letting me just practice around him because we were both excited. And then he looks down at his hands and back up at you and says, I didn't know what I was capable of until I had done it.
That makes sense. You know what else makes sense? You just proved you weren't worthy. Right? You've killed people.
You've killed people.
Yeah, I intended to do it. You didn't.
He looks back down at his hands and then back at you and says, we worked towards this though. We worked and we studied and we put in so much time and effort, and then there are people who just are born with it. There are people who don't even have to try.
Yeah.
They are the ones who don't deserve it. And you agree with me.
I only agree halfway. And I like point down at Brian with one hand. It's like, him. What about his upbringing, about his life so far? What makes him unworthy, huh? And what's the difference between you and him exactly?
We figured out, well, I figured out where his magic comes from. And he doesn't deserve it.
Why? Does his come from someplace different than yours?
Yeah. He gets his magic just by simply playing music, and I get mine the same way you get yours, the same way Howie gets his.
Hmm. I look at Howie.
While this was happening, Howie was texting Vanessa, be ready, send that in the basement, send that. And just kind of creeping along the other wall to like basically have Duncan between Lawrence and I.
Vanessa, Keith, you two are sitting in the car, silently in your own thoughts. Vanessa, as you guys are sitting there, a man riding a bike just stops next to the car and then just taps on the window.
Oh, I'm gonna roll the window down if it's still on.
And
Be
then
like,
he goes, "Are you Vanessa?
yeah.
These are for you." And he looks very confused.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna take them and then I'm gonna hand him like $10 as a tip.
He says, "Oh, thank you," and then he puts it in his
Only
back
10?
pocket and bikes away. He handed you a Walmart bag. In that Walmart bag, in that Walmart bag is 2 Gatorade bottles,
Okay.
which you could assume are the same as the other Gatorades.
Sweet.
But there's also a can of Dr. Pepper.
Oh shit. Okay.
Can I Dr. Pepper or Pepsi?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
Ooh. Can I like roll for like Arcana? To
Roll
see
for
what
Arcana?
yeah, to see specifically like what it.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, 18.
Ooh, okay. So you roll, not you, well, yeah, you roll. You take this Dr. Pepper can and you're like looking at it and it looks completely normal, which is just very odd, but what you notice about it is that on the bottom where normally an expiration date is just a like symbol of it's just like a symbol of a flame, and you can add a potion of fire resistance.
Ooh. Okay, bet. I'm gonna hand one of the how many Gatorade bottles you said I have?
2.
2. I'm gonna hand one of them to Keith. You might need it. We might need them.
Thanks.
And as soon as you hand it to Keith, your phone goes off and you get a text message from Howie.
And it says, what does it say again?
I forgot exactly what it said. Be ready, and then in one message, and then another message, basement.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna flag down Grayson, who should be still on the outside of the car, right? And be
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
we should be getting ready soon. They're in the basement. I don't know what's going on.
I'll just take one big inhale, try to finish the rest of the cigarette, and then throw it to the ground, smash it with my shoe, and be like, all right, let's go. And then kind of wipe a couple of tears across my cheek.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you guys try to sneak into the basement, into the house?
My stealth isn't terrible.
Mine's not bad.
Yeah. Okay, you
It's
can roll
alright.
for you
It's
can roll
alright.
for stealth.
All of us?
Yeah.
Well, it could have been better.
Oh no.
I got
Yeah.
18.
I got
For
an
what?
11.
11?
16.
16, Keith.
I got an 18.
Oh, okay. So Vanessa, as you get out of the car, you realize that your heels are making a lot of noise. And Keith, you pinpoint that immediately and you just point at her and then her heels, and then you just take them off. And you get into the house without raising any suspicion, and now you're at the top of the stairs. And you can hear Duncan and Lawrence's voice going back and forth.
Should we like wait? Should we go down there now? Should we like what do you guys think?
Um,
I think maybe we should wait up here. Like as backup. I think we'll know when to go down. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
yeah, I say we should probably do that. I feel, if
Okay.
anything, it maybe have one of us go down at a time. But I'd say let's wait here for the time being.
Okay.
Close enough we can hear them, which I think if we're like right next to the door, probably could hear them from downstairs. I don't know, but I'm cool with waiting down here. Oh, by the and then I lean over to Vanessa and whisper, be like, "Hey, thanks for checking in on me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just needed some air for a second."
No, you're fine. I like understand, I guess.
So who's that guy in the bike?
Oh, he works for Beatrice. Oh, we have one of these, and I'm gonna hand him one of the Gatorades.
Oh, this is like what Howie had, right? Is it
Yeah.
the kinds? Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
No problem.
Howie, Lawrence.
Okay. So, because some people are unworthy and people like you are worthy,
People like you.
people like you and me, sure, and Howie too. All three of us are worthy, but someone like Cliff was unworthy. Someone like the sorcerer, he was unworthy. Someone like those 8 people in the basement, all unworthy.
Many more people are unworthy, and you know that.
Mm-hmm. Again, half true.
I don't understand why you're disagreeing with me, Lawrence.
Well, you see, I agree with half of it, but the other half is complete bullshit. That constitutes a problem in my eyes.
Drew.
Kat, while they're having this conversation, at this point, Duncan is looking away from me, correct?
Yes. He is
I'm going
fixated on Lawrence.
to come up from behind him and try and grapple him and grab his throat with the glove and cast shock and grasp.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So I will grab him. I'll grab him like by the throat with the glove and just shock. And he's going to take 2d8
Electricity damage.
lightning damage. Yep.
Electricity damage.
That is going to be trying to remember. That'll be only 9 damage, but 9 damage.
Okay. Howie.
And would I have him like grappled at this point?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Howie, Lawrence, roll for initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Can we like? I assume. Can we hear?
You guys are gonna be on the next initiative roll.
Okay.
16.
13.
16 and 13.
Mhm.
All right, and we will start off with initiative next session.
Oh,
It is 10 p.m.
I thought we were gonna get into it. I was like, man, this is getting intense.
But thank you all for joining us for another amazing episode of the Reel DnD podcast. We'll see you next week when we have our big showdown.
Ooh,
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh
So
boy.
excited.
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.